Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are studying regularly and there is no pending work. As you know, I am your economics teacher Ruchika Sharma and online quiz are going on. I hope you all are attempting quiz timely and scoring high marks in it. So here we were revising chapter number 1 economics, the story of village Palampur. On Friday, one revision video of this chapter has already been posted. I hope you all have gone through that. So here is the second part of revision lesson, chapter 1, the story of village Palampur. Dear students, the topics that we have already covered are introduction, in which you were told about Palampur, where Raiganj and Shahpur are neighboring village and town. Around 450 families are living in Palampur and all kinds of basic amenities are available to all the people of the Palampur, including well-developed system of roads, transport, electricity, irrigation, schools and healthcare. The major economic activity of Palampur is farming. And other than farming, there are few non-farming activities like small scale manufacturing, shopkeeping, transport and dairy also exist in Palampur. The first topic that we included in revision lesson was factors of production. There are 4 factors of production: land, labor, physical capital and human capital, or you can call them land, labor, physical capital and entrepreneur. Land is the first requirement for production. It includes all kinds of natural resources such as water, forest, minerals, etc. The second requirement is labor. Labor includes all those people who work for others. Then comes physical capital. Physical capital means variety of inputs required at every stage during production. There are 2 types of physical capitals: fixed capital and working capital. In fixed capital, we have tools, machines, buildings, while in working capital, we are only talking about raw materials and money in hand. The fourth requirement is human capital or entrepreneur. This refers to knowledge and enterprise that puts together land, labor and physical capital and accordingly produce output. The next topic was, since 75% of the people are dependent on farming in Palampur, since 1960 in Palampur, there has been no expansion in land area under cultivation. Actually, all the wasteland had been converted to cultivable land, and there is no land left that can be converted into cultivable land in Palampur. But the objective of farmers of Palampur is to increase farm production by bringing new ways in farming, as by bringing new land under cultivation is not possible. So there are various ways that can be adopted and that has already been adopted by Palampur farmers to grow more from the same land. First, under which you have studied irrigation facility. Actually, not all the villages in India have high levels of irrigation. Only 40% is irrigated land in India till now, and rest is still dependent on rainfall. So farmers of Palampur has installed tube wells and other artificial channels of irrigation so that they can produce more and productivity can be increased. The next and very important step that they have taken is multiple farming. multiple cropping or multiple farming means producing more than one crop on a piece of land in a single season. So, farmers of Palampur are growing total 5 crops in a year. 2 crops in Kharif season, that is rainy season. Those crops are Jowar and Bajra. After Kharif season, between October and December, they are cultivating potato. After which, Rabi season, that means winter season, comes, in which wheat is grown by most of the Palampur farmers. Once in a year, they also plant sugarcane. So, 5 crops, jowar, bajra, potato, wheat and sugarcane are grown by farmers of Palampur. This includes under multiple cropping. After multiple cropping, the main focus is modern methods of farming. With the introduction of Green Revolution in 1960s, farmers of India have started adopting modern farming methods including HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Along with this, modern machinery is also encouraged like tractors, threshers and harvesters. In Palampur, yield of wheat grown from traditional varieties has been increased from 1300 kg per hectare to 3200 kg per hectare with the introduction of HYV seeds. And if we are talking about modern farming methods, then one major concern regarding this field is the modern farming methods and green revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility due to increased use of chemical fertilizers. Along with this, continuous use of groundwater for tube-well irrigation has reduced the water table below the ground. So, environmental resources like soil fertility and groundwater are built up over many years. Once destroyed, it is very difficult to restore them. So, modern farming methods should be supported with organic farming, and future development of agriculture should be made in mind. Students, after all this, we covered one more topic in our previous video lesson, that was how is land produced and distributed between the farmers of Palampur. Actually, 240 families cultivate small plots of land less than 2 hectares in size, while 150 families have no land for cultivation. So basically, there are 60 families of medium and large farmers who cultivate more than 2 hectares of land. This was the topic that highlighted inequalities in the distribution of land in Palampur. So today we are going to study following topics. Number 1, who will provide the labor? Number 2, capital needed in farming. Third, sale of surplus farm produce. And fourth one, non-farm activities in Palampur. Let's get started. Who will provide the labor? Dear students, as we have already learnt that labor is an important factor of production. Any businessman or entrepreneur or farmer cannot perform all the tasks alone. Entrepreneur needs labor to do the work for him. Therefore, in farming also, farmers need labor so that some manual work can be done by them. After land, labor is the next necessary factor of production. As farming requires a great deal of hard work, and there are 2 types of farmers seen in Palampur: small farmers, medium and large farmers. Let's talk about small farmers first. Small farmers actually, along with their families, cultivate their own field. Therefore, they do not require any kind of labor. as the field that they plow is less than 2 hectares in size. So, no need of laborers, and moreover, they cannot afford to have labor. And if we talk about medium and large scale farmers, then they are the people who hire farm laborers in Palampur. Now let's understand who are the farm laborers of Palampur. Dear students, as I told you, medium and large farmers hire farm laborers, and these farm laborers come either from landless families, those 150 families, or families cultivating small plots of land, and they are 240 families in number in Palampur. Unlike farmers, a farm laborer does not have a right over the crops grown on the land. Instead, they are paid wages by the farmer. Now, what kind of wages does a farm laborer get? The simple answer is they are paid by the farmer for whom they work. Wages can be in cash or in kind. In kind, for example, they are given crops, share of crops grown on the land. Sometimes laborers get meals also. They get food in return of the services provided by them. And if you are talking about wages of farm laborers, then I must tell you that wages of a farm laborer is never fixed. Actually, it keeps on varying. It varies from region to region, from crop to crop, or even from one farm activity to another farm activity. Like sowing or harvesting, maybe farmers are giving farm laborers lesser in sowing period and more in harvesting period, or vice versa can be true. So there is also a wide variation in the duration of employment. A farm laborer might be employed on daily basis or for a particular farm activity like harvesting or for the whole year. So this was all about the farm laborers of Palampur or of India. Now let's talk about the capital needed in farming. As we are already learnt land and labor factor of production, the third labor physical capital, let's talk about it. Now we have already studied modern farming methods require a great deal of capital. Any farmer who is willing to adopt modern farming methods needs more capital, more money than before. And if we talk about small farmers, then they do not have adequate money to arrange for modern farming methods. Therefore, they have to borrow money to arrange for the capital. They borrow money from large farmers or money lenders who charge high rate of interest from the small farmers, and basically they are put into debt trap. In other words, small farmers are forced to borrow money from money lenders and large farmers who exploit them by charging more rate of interest or by making them work for free of cost in the field of large farmers. And in contrast to the small farmers, let's go through medium and large farmers who have their own savings from farming. They are thus able to arrange for the capital needed from their savings. Now, let's talk about sale of surplus land production by medium and large farmers. See, I have told you that medium and large farmers arrange capital out of their savings. How do they get these savings? That is by selling their surplus produce in the market. Actually, large farmers retain a part of the crop grown for the family's consumption and sell the surplus food grain in the market. On the other hand, small farmers do not have surplus food grain left after family consumption. So, therefore, it is the medium and large farmers who supply food grains to the market. When these farmers sell food grains in the market, traders, on the other hand, buy it and sell it further to shopkeepers in the cities and towns. And now, out of the money earned by the large and medium farmers, a part is saved and kept for buying capital for the next season. So it's small farmers who have to struggle a lot to arrange for the capital. Dear students, now let's talk about 25% of the working population of Palampur who do not depend upon farming for their livelihood. So, which are the other activities than farming that are undertaken in the village Palampur? There are basically 4 non-farming activities. Number 1, dairy. This is the most common activity after farming in village Palampur. People feed their buffaloes on various kinds of grass and the jowar and bajra that grows during the rainy season in Palampur. Next non-farming activity is small-scale manufacturing. At present, less than 50 people are engaged in manufacturing in Palampur. Here, manufacturing involves very simple production method and are done on a small scale. They are carried out mostly at home or in the fields with the help of family labor only. Third non-farming activity is the shopkeepers of Palampur. That means shopkeeping. People involved in trade are not many in Palampur. The traders of Palampur are actually shopkeepers who buy various goods from wholesale markets in the cities and sell them in the village. Last but not the least, we have transport, which is a fast growing sector in Palampur. There are variety of vehicles on the road connecting Palampur to Raiganj and Shahpur. Rickshawalas, tongawalas, jeep, tractor, truck drivers and people driving the traditional cart and bogies are people in the transport services in Palampur. So this was all about non-farm activities of Palampur. Dear students, so today we have learnt that farm laborers are laborers from landless or small farming families of Palampur and they are hired by medium and large farmers. Wages of farm laborers can be in cash or kind like crop, and wages vary from region to region, crop to crop, from activity to activity. The capital needed in farming in case of small farmers are borrowed from large farmers and moneylenders at high rate of interest, while medium and large farmers have their own savings from farming to arrange for the capital. The sale of surplus wheat of farmers of Palampur produces savings for the large farmers. Actually, small farmers do not have adequate surplus wheat that they can sell in the market. So, it's medium and large farmers who supply wheat to the market and save money so as to support next harvesting season. There are 4 non-farming activities done in Palampur. First is dairy, then small scale manufacturing, shopkeeping and transport. That's all for today. All the very best for the online quiz to be held on Wednesday. Be in time, be alert and goodbye.